Manchester United could be ready to sell Marcus Rashford to Paris Saint-Germain. If they reach their asking price, the League One champions are said to be plotting a bid of £75 million. But United are believed to value the England international closer to £100m. The paper reports. Paris Saint-Germain are ready to test Manchester United's resolve to keep striker Marcus Rashford this summer with a £75 million bid. The French giants are ready to launch a second attempt to sign Rashford to replace Kylian Mbappé, who is set to leave PSG for Real Madrid. PSG made a concerted effort to sign Rashford in 2022 and were prepared to hand the England star a lucrative contract worth a whopping £400,000 a week. Rashford decided to stay at United and hit a career-best 30 goals last season, which earned the 26-year-old a new long-term deal until 2028, worth £350,000 a week. United could be tempted by such an offer, although they value Rashford closer to £100 million, particularly against the backdrop of such stringent financial fair play regulations, which have restricted their spending in the transfer market. Rashford was the subject of real interest from PSG as he struck a career-best 30 goals last season, contributing to a successful start to Erik ten Hag's reign as manager. The 26-year-old reportedly could have landed a mouth-watering £400,000 a week contract in Paris but decided to snub a switch to the French capital. Instead, he penned a new long-term deal at Old Trafford until 2028, worth a still healthy £350,000 a week, but his goal output has stuttered since. Rashford has managed just 7 goals in 34 appearances throughout a disastrous season for United and Ten Hag, sparking mass criticism and doubts over his status in the England squad for this summer's Euro 2024. Off-field issues haven't helped. 10. Hag disapproved of his decision to celebrate his birthday at a nightclub just hours after Manchester City romped to a 3-0 win in the derby. The Dutchman then dropped Rashford for the 4-2 win at Newport County in the FA Cup in January after he was spotted drinking in Belfast the night before calling in sick and missing training. Rashford publicly hit back at those questioning his commitment with an interview with the Players' Tribune in the build-up to this month's derby at City, a 3-1 defeat. His sensational strike to open the scoring helped his cause, but many were disappointed by his decision to fight back against his critics rather than keep his head down and accept his levels had dropped. With his relationship with some corners of the fanbase strained, PSG are reportedly ready to offer Rashford an escape route this summer. According to the Mirror, PSG are ready to swoop for the England international's signature for a second time, eyeing a £75 million deal. The French giants are scouring the market to replace Kylian Mbappé, who will leave the capital to make his long-anticipated move to Real Madrid at the end of the season. It's claimed that an opening bid of £75 million may not be enough, though, with United valuing Rashford, one of the club's most successful academy graduates in recent history, closer to £100m. His status as a homegrown player would mean that any transfer fee generated from his sale would be pure profit on the books, which would boost United's financial fair play restrictions. Rashford's desire would play a significant role in any move, though, and PSG are said to be keeping tabs on Napoli's Victor Osimhen as an alternative transfer target. And United to splash over £100 million on 19-year-old midfielder. Man United co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe is set to approve a record-breaking offer of just over £100 million to secure the signing of Benfica's teen star João Neves this summer. Ratcliffe plans to implement a new transfer strategy focusing on younger talents at Old Trafford, and Neves has been reportedly penciled as a top target. The 19-year-old has quickly become a key figure at Benfica, despite his age, and his performances are starting to turn the heads of clubs around Europe. A Premier League move could be on the cards in the upcoming window, with multiple sides in England showing an interest in securing his signature. In terms of possible midfield signings coming in for United, the race remains open for Benfica wonderkid João Neves, who has been scouted by the Red Devils and also by Manchester City, Fabrizio Romano said. Benfica will insist on the release clause of €120 million, £103m, being triggered, so it's not an easy deal, but the interest from Premier League clubs is there in terms of scouting. So far, no club has approached Benfica to start a negotiation yet, so it remains absolutely open. Man United ready to agree over £89.3 million fee to secure signing. Manchester United have been linked with João Neves for a long time, and the latest reports indicate the Red Devils are preparing to break their transfer record to lure him. Per a recent story published by The People, news image provided below, co-owner Ratcliffe is ready to splash the cash to reinforce the squad in the summer transfer window. In such a scenario, the British media outlet have mentioned that Man United look set to approve a record-breaking fee to hire the services of Neves. Back in 2016, the Old Trafford outfit paid £89.3 million to sign Paul Pogba from Juventus, and the Frenchman is still the club's record signing. It is stated that if United get Neves, who has a release clause of £103 million in his contract with Benfica, they would pay over £89.3 million. The 19-year-old was part of the Benfica squad that won the Liga NOS title last season, and he has been highly impressive in the current campaign. So far, the teenage sensation has started 20 games in the league for the Eagles and helped the team keep no fewer than 12 clean sheets. Moreover, he has also scored 2 goals and provided as many assists. Neves has already made 3 appearances for the senior national side and would likely be part of the Portugal squad. At the Euros in Germany, Man United need a new and quality number 6 who can serve the club in the long run. In your view, should they agree a fee of more than £89.3 million to secure João Neves? Manchester United Transfer News Live. Man United get injury boosts as they share financial results. All the very latest Man United news, views and transfer updates from the Manchester Evening News. Manchester United will be targeting a place in the semi-finals of the FA Cup when they face Liverpool at the quarter-final stage at Old Trafford this weekend. The FA Cup represents United's only remaining hope of winning a trophy this season, and they will be determined to make the most of the opportunity. The Reds reached the final of the competition last season, of course, but lost 2-1 to Manchester City at Wembley. United will be hoping to go one better this season and clinch their second piece of silverware of the Erik ten Hag era. However, they will, first up, have to get the better of Liverpool, who are still in with a chance of winning 4 trophies this term. Opinion: what United's centre-back options could look like next season. Raphael Varane is expected to be sold if an appropriate offer arrives for him this summer, while one of Harry Maguire or Victor Lindelof could also be sold to increase the transfer budget if the club is confident of signing a second central defender. As one of their highest earners, it makes sense to try and cash in on Varane while he still holds a good resale value to the club, but he has been one of their most reliable defenders this season and is still considered their best when he is at his peak. it would still be a ruthless call to actually move him on, and United can't act with too much sentiment this summer. Maguire has been brilliant for most of the season but still looks like a contradiction to their desired playstyle, and has excelled in part due to the sheer amount of last-ditch defending he has been required to do.